Well, good morning. Trucker Todd here, and time for another video. Sorry this one's a little bit late today. I wanted to film it outside, but as you can see by the leaves in the background, it's a little windy out there and the audio wouldn't have been good. So I come indoors. We're going to talk today about the crazy week that we've had. As you guys know, on Monday, that evening, I officially quit Dart Transit, but there's been a lot of developments since then. And as you can see, I'm still wearing a Dart hat and a Dart shirt. So in this video, I'm going to tell you about my crazy week and why, as of now, I'm still at Dart Transit. Did we settle everything up? Is the money and everything finally correct now? Those are the questions I'm going to attempt to answer in this video. So here we go.
And this is why I do this, why I'm out here, why I keep that hammer down. Flying by these road signs with home on my mind, with these wheels turning round. For my family and for my kids, for this life I wanna live. And this is why I do this.
Alright folks, before we jump into all that, make sure and give this video a thumbs up, share it on your social media platforms, and leave a comment below or shoot me an email. All that information's in the description below, along with a lot of other great information. Alright folks, let's talk about it. Let's start at Monday. Let's go back to Friday. So on Friday, I had been on the phone with one of the vice presidents of the company, and he had said that he would look into my concern about when I traded my Kenworth in. So Monday, I waited all day, and I never got a call. Now, in defense of them, I didn't call, make sure he was working that day. You never know, he may have been out sick that day, but for whatever reason, I didn't receive a call on Monday. So on Monday, I made the decision I was going to leave Dart over all the things that have been going on. As you know, I've been having trouble sleeping. I was really upset with the company in general. And so Monday evening, I turned in my truck. I quit. I went back to Lubbock. And the next morning, they called me. It started with my fleet manager. And she asked what happened, and I gave her the story, and she basically was like, well, we hate to lose you, but okay. And then that afternoon, my lease representative called me, which is the lady that my point of contact I lease the truck from if I have questions or concerns or things like that. We went through the deal. She was going to email her superiors and see if we could put something together to maybe get me to come back. She informed me the next day that she had hit a dead end and that it wasn't going to go any further. At the time when she called me, I was having lunch with a road ambassador here at Dart Transit. He had delivered a load to Lubbock, and he had called me and said, hey, you want to have lunch? So we went out to lunch, had a pretty good conversation, and he suggested that maybe I email the new president. We've got a new president here at Dart Transit, and I'll talk about him here in a little bit, and maybe the owner of the company. And I told him, I said, I really don't feel comfortable jumping that many steps of the chain of command. You know, at that point I had the attitude of, well, they obviously don't want me back for whatever reason, and I'll just move on. Anyway, I got home, was talking to my wife, and I decided, what could it hurt? You know, we had a good run together. I've made a lot of money here. For the most part, I've been really happy here. Until recently, there hadn't been a negative video for over a year. And, right at a year, I think. Anyway, it'd been a long time. Things have been going great. You know, in trucking, you're going to have frustrations and things you're not happy about from time to time. So I sent that email to the owner, and then I contacted the president, the new president of DART here in another format. I don't want to say what it is because then everybody will be contacting him through that format. But anyway, it's probably 90 minutes later. He messaged me, said, I've been made aware of your situation. I'm on a flight right now, but I'd like to call you tomorrow and discuss it with you if that's okay, or tomorrow afternoon. I said, yeah, that'd be great. I was excited that just another set of eyes, a fresh set of eyes, was going to take a look at it. So he called me at 8:30 the next morning, and there's going to be a pattern you see here. Um, Everything they've done, they've met or exceeded what they said they would do in a good way. So, for example, he said he's going to call me in the afternoon. He called me at 8:30 in the morning. I jumped on it quickly. That immediately told me that he was taking this serious and wanted to have a resolution. So I was grateful for that. Um, I want to give you some initial thoughts on him because I haven't talked about him in any of the videos yet because he was new. I didn't know if DART was going to make a public announcement or if he wanted to make a public announcement. And, I didn't want to jump ahead of everybody, so I kind of stayed back and waited to see if there was a major announcement before I said anything. But we had a very productive conversation. I'll say this about him. I think he's going to be a great president. He said that he has a lot of great things planned, and I believe that he does. In our phone conversation, I felt like he listened. I feel like he was interested in coming to a solution, and he wanted the hard feelings to end and for us to move past this. Long story short, we got everything worked out. DART doesn't owe me a penny at this point. I have no hard feelings towards them. Every issue or concern that I had with the company has either been addressed or is currently being addressed. Well, Todd, what do you mean by that? I had a sensor that sensor I love on the front of the truck, that adaptive cruise control sensor, that had been intermittently acting up. And they are currently looking at that at the shop in Dallas. They anticipate it being done maybe Monday or Tuesday. And they introduced me to another guy that is actually directly over the shops. He and I had a real productive conversation. He called me to get clarification of exactly what the truck would do intermittently. I told him, and he immediately said, I'm pretty sure I know what that is. And so he's a guy that knows his stuff. For those that are wondering, he said that on the Peterbilts, some of the wiring is strung pretty tight and it'll wiggle its way loose or whatever. And he said they might have to replace a wiring harness or do something along that lines. I said, is that a big job? He said, oh no, it's a really quick, easy fix. They have it happen from time to time. Anyway, we had a great conversation. And so as far as I know, everything is fixed. And I'll be honest, I'm excited to go back to work there. I was so excited this morning that I was a little sick to my stomach. You guys know I really like working there. I asked him, I said, hey, am I still going to be able to keep my same fleet manager? Am I still going to be able to keep my same lease representative? Yep, it's going to be like nothing happened. It's going to be like I took a week off and came right back to work. And so I think at this point, so far as if I go to Dallas and everything's like it's supposed to be, I think it's time to let bygones be bygones. And I think this says a couple of things about DART too that I want to talk about before we wrap this video up. There's a lot of trucking companies that have been like, you turn your truck in, fine. They wouldn't have cared. They wouldn't have remembered my name in 2 weeks. But this situation, had I not emailed the owner or contacted the president, he was already aware of the situation and planning to call me anyway. So even when I thought all avenues had been exhausted, they were still trying to work behind the scenes to fix this, to make this right. And so I think we got to give them a lot of credit for that. I know it's real tempting to beat them up in the comments. It's real tempting to stay angry and remember the past. But those of you that have been married know that you have arguments with your spouse, and at some point you got to let stuff go. You can't keep harboring the anger and bringing up the past, because you can't move forward in situations like that. So I'm still at Dart. I'm really excited to be here. For those of you that were on the fence about if you should come here or not come here, this tells you really all you need to know. You definitely should come here. I know that sounds ironic with the past few videos, but if a company will put this much thought into saving just one driver, then they got to be a good outfit. And so I don't know what else I can really say about that. Like I said, this is kind of a developing story, and I hope to have more information on Monday or Tuesday of next week. There will still be a Monday video, and it may be a little late too, because I may be waiting for information to come in on the truck itself. But you guys have a great weekend. If you got any questions or comments, leave them below. As always, let's keep them respectful. Let's not get off in the mud. I'm really excited, and I hope you guys are too. This is gonna be a great deal for everybody involved. And we'll be back Monday with more information. You guys have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.